Hi guys, I'm Hayden Crawford from the Dreemtime Academy, and I'm a wellness coach and spiritual teacher specializing in colour therapy and numerology. Here is your Starseed Oracle forecast for the whole of April 2022. Okay, so first things first, we've got to recognise we've now moved in to a universal month one, and that's because April is the fourth month, and also we're in 2022, which is a 6. You add the 4 and the 6 together, it equals 10, and we reduce it down to a 1. Now, 1 in numerology is all about self. It's the ego, and it's the leader, and it beckons in the energies of the Orion star seeds and the Orion star families out there that are here to support you as you move forward in a very individual way during the month of April. Now, obviously, we're still in Aries as well, which is all that fire energy up until the 20th, and then we move into Taurus. So this month is going to be an exciting time which aligns with the bottle number 1 in the colour mirrors system, which is called the sun. Now the sun is yellow over yellow, and yellow in colour therapy is about joy when it's expressed positively, but when it's expressed negatively, it's about confusion and fear. Now if you think about it, Aries is red, okay, and it's fire energy. So when you mix that yellow and red together, you get this combination here. Now, when you have yellow and red together, it's like I fear in yellow and red, which is survival. So it might be that over the whole of the month, and particularly up until the 20th, you might be fearing your own survival. But also it's huge passion as well that links in with the Lyran energy. So we're not only sort of having an influence through from our Orion star families, but also the Lyrans are stepping in, almost just supporting the Orions and saying, look, it is time to take action. And actually there's a lot of confusion around as well at the moment. So as usual, I'm going to show you 3 separate cards, one that links with a message to your conscious mind or your ego, one which is your subconscious mind or your soul, and the third one which is an action step for you to take for the whole of the month of April. Now, before we do that, I'm going to ask you to put your hand on your heart and just imagine yourself surrounded by a beautiful, flickering, yellowy golden light, all right? And if you can then ask to bring in the advice and guidance of your Orion star families and also maybe your Lyrans, because they're still around, and ask for clear and concise information that you can understand, integrate, and anchor into your life experience. And this will really help you to navigate the energies that are around us right now. You got it? Great. Now, as you know, the Orions are an incredibly ancient race, really, and they exist in duality. So it's a bit like the Earth, really, in Orion, you know, where we've got right and wrong, good and bad, black and white. And the Orions connect up intimately with the ancient Egyptians. Obviously, if you look at the pyramids of Giza, and particularly the largest ones, they actually align with Orion's belt, so the 3 main stars within Orion. And of course, you know, the ancient Egyptian energy is around us, and it's very much gold and yellow because they were the sun worshippers. You got it? Great. Okay, fabulous. So I'm going to show you the first card, and that is a message for your ego, and it's big picture thinking there, okay? So what that's saying is your Orion star family are saying to you, look, you need to be a visionary. Okay, so you can call upon the new Earth matrix, and it's up to you really to dream it in. You know, the world needs more artists, more visionaries, more creative thinkers, because that's how we give birth to new worlds. So if you've got inspired ideas during the whole of the month of April, then act upon them, because, you know, these downloads of information are going to be exceptionally important for you to start shifting out of old paradigms. And of course, we don't want to be caught up in all the fear and war and anger and all of that confusion that's associated with that. So it's about you really looking at quietening your mind down and being able to receive information that slips through the gap, and also being able to kind of envision how you want your life to look, and also how you want the experience of the collective to look as well. And imagine it as a golden age of Aquarius. And actually it brings in the bottle of C14 from the colour mirror system, which is called the Vision Bottle. And this is the evolved crown chakra colours. So as your crown chakra is evolving, it moves away from violet, which carries all of that sort of religious connotations of guilt and grief, and it shifts into this beautiful golden over clear, which is a very clear connection to source consciousness, but also the alchemy that takes place when we start envisioning a new energy for the world to move into, this golden age energy I'm just talking to you about. So it's holding a very clear vision of how you want the planet to evolve. And know that, you know, everything that happens for you. Nothing ever happens to you. So there's always a big picture plan behind all of that. Okay, so that'll help you to remove yourself from the fear associated with what's going on right now. And particularly, you know, as we kind of, a lot of people are finding that they are starting to lance into, you know, really desperate sort of catastrophizing thoughts, because they, you know, have this it's almost like an overlay of information that comes through social media and the media itself about the possibility of there being a third world war. And of course, you know, that is just the generation of fear mongering, really, which will keep you stuck in the old 3D paradigm. And actually, you don't have to buy into any of those stories. Remember, the oversoul exists around you and you can step into it at any time. You just have to believe it's there. Now, if you, I was going to say, the message that comes through as a message from your soul actually is the earth pulsing, Now, an interesting card as well here, because this connects up with Mother Earth and actually how you can really start slowing down and connecting or reconnecting to nature. Now, nature is all around us. It doesn't take very long to sort of step out of your house, you know, move away from your screens or your devices and find a park, or, you know, even take a short drive and move into the hills. So where you can start feeling the natural pulsing energy of Mother Nature herself and the support that she offers. It's very nurturing and mothering energy. And, you know, when we feel disconnected or we feel separate from the earth, it can mean that we make the wrong decisions for ourselves. So really this is about you seeking out really quality time for yourself in nature, even if that's on your own or just you and your dog, or your cat if your cat likes to go out for a walk on the lead. But just be out in nature, because you'll start hearing the whispers coming through and you'll start understanding what the earth wants you to feel and what the earth wants you to imagine. And she'll help you to paint the picture of exactly how you want your new reality to look like. Okay, so it's really the power of the collective here, and Mother Earth or Gaia is a massive part of that, because there is no separation between you two, really. Now it brings in the energy of G4 in the colour mirror system, which is actually called Earth Mother, and it's pale pink over copper. Copper in colour therapy is the earth, and pale pink is the mother, you know, or love. And, you know, this is about you feeling the support of that very nurturing energy that comes through the earth, and actually feel very supported with that as well. So, you know, please, if you get the opportunity, get yourself out. Go out, breathe in the fresh air. Go and, you know, sort of hug a tree or go and roll around on the grass, and just feel that energetic resonance of this beautiful world that we live upon. Now, the third card that comes up for you today is a message which is an action step from your Orion star family, and they want you to, you know, to not only imagine a new Earth, but they also want you to take action in order to be able to get there. And actually, the action that they want you to do in April is actually just to surrender. I know it might sound a little bit meek and mild, but sometimes when we surrender, it allows all the good things to come to us easily and effortlessly and very, very quickly. So Cracked Open comes up as the card as an action step for you during the whole of the month of April. Now, this might be that you reach a point of your life where, you've reached rock bottom, and it might feel quite challenging and quite tough, and it might feel as if you don't feel like you can move on. There might be a lot of things around you that are breaking down, and actually it's almost like a rebirth that's taking place, or the phoenix rising out of the ashes. But there's always an alchemy that takes place in that, and you've got to get rid of the old for the new to come in. And actually for here, this is about you surrendering to the alchemy of life. Now, in colour therapy, gold represents alchemy, and of course the Orions were hugely connected to gold, or the metal element. And actually, here we've got Osiris, which is a beautiful ascended, ancient Egyptian master, rather, not an ascended master. And actually, this one is solid pale gold of a very, very deep magenta. And Osiris was the king of the underworld. And the value that comes through in gold, and all of that alchemy, sort of rises out of the ashes of the death of an old way of being, So here what we can see is that fresh start comes in when all of a sudden, some phases and cycles of our lives come to an end, because then, when we get that space of pause, there's always something that will fill it. It's like the sun always rises the next day. But we need to kind of create that space for the old to completely be gone and then the new to come in. Do you get it? Great. Well, hopefully that's made sense for you today. I'll be back next month with some more Starseed Oracle forecasts. And in the meantime, enjoy yourself and stay safe. See you very soon. Bye for now.